Good afternoon. Catholics in my country were exceedingly disappointed in the August 20th, 2018 letter of His Holiness Pope Francis to the people of God, in which the pontiff attaches blame for the clerical sexual abuse crisis to what he calls clericalism. Our first concern is that this term lacks a universally accepted definition. Clericalism can mean a disordered attitude toward clergy whereby lay Catholics make a general assumption of their moral superiority. Pope Francis contends that it's when, quote, clerics feel they are superior and when they are far from the people, end quote. But the Holy Father notes that clericalism can be, quote, fostered by priests themselves or by lay persons, end quote. The people of God can fall into clericalism too, in other words, by giving too much power over their everyday lives to their priests. So if the Catholic Church is to address this crisis, will she begin with the people guilty of clericalism or with priests guilty of clericalism? Already, the sheep are confused by this lack of clarity in definition. Certainly, in one sense, clericalism appears to be that in which the Vatican itself is engaging when, in the face of this crisis, even the Pope himself is using his power as head of the Church to discredit Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano, who at this moment is in hiding and whose relevant testimony will not be granted a fair hearing at this summit meeting. In addition, key ecclesial figures personally involved in abuse and cover-up have been rehabilitated and even promoted by Pope Francis in the past. From the former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick from my country to Belgian Cardinal Godfrey Daniels, who was caught on tape attempting to cover up years of abuse, and yet he appeared on the loggia when Francis was selected to become the next Pope. And later he was chosen by the Pope to attend the Synod on the Family. Again, this seems to us to be clericalism at the highest levels in the Church. The other concern with Francis's citation of clericalism is that in its essence, it seems designed to avoid addressing the root cause of the crisis, which is homosexuality in the priesthood. From the John Jay report, we know that 81% of the victims of clerical sexual abuse are males between the ages of 14 and 17 years old. This is a male-on-male crime, with the most high-profile cases now involving bishops sexually abusing seminarians and young priests. Two words were conspicuous by their absence from the Holy Father's August 20th letter. Those two words are homosexuality and bishop. The Pope, the people of God, cannot end the crisis in the priesthood. The people of God cannot stop the cover-up. American Catholics agree with Cardinal Raymond Burke, who on two separate occasions has insisted that only the Holy Father can address the negligence and misconduct of the bishops. Quote, says Cardinal Burke, quote, it is the Roman Pontiff, the Holy Father, who has the responsibility to discipline these situations, and it is he who needs to take action following the procedures that are given in the Church's discipline. This is what will address the situation effectively, and we American Catholics would like to lend our voices to that of Cardinal Burke in calling on the Holy Father to address this. Thank you very much.
Grazie.